And he'll need all of his technical skills tonight against an angry young man, James Toney, a young man who ever since his arrival on the spotlight scene in boxing has seen the world as pretty much a confrontation between himself and his beloved mother and everybody else.
You want to be a world champion, you pay attention to detail. The detail is, you can give a lot of punches, but what can you take in return? That's what separates the champs from the fighters. You got to ask yourself two questions. One is, how bad do you want it? And what are you willing to sacrifice? You think it was hard getting there? It's going to be twice as hard staying there.
The words of a world champion mother, Sherry Toney, etched in the mind of James Toney, who looks to his mom for direction and support inside and outside the ring.
He looks to me as his trainer. I trained him from day one to respect, to grow, to love, and to learn.
A single parent, it was Sherry Toney's responsibility to fulfill many roles for young James.
Through all these years, she raised me by herself. To me, I consider her my mom and my dad, because, she took care of me from thick and thin, went through the hard times with me.
It wasn't easy. Growing up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, James often spent time with family and friends, while Sherry held down 2 jobs and studied for a master's degree.
I got a divorce from his father when he was 17 months. And once he asked me about him when he was 10, I said, you don't need him now. You can make it on your own. It's hard, but you can do it.
Times got especially hard when James ran with the wrong crowd and dealt drugs on a nearby campus.
My mom was telling me, you got to decide what you want to do with your life. You're going to be a drug dealer, you're going to end up dead or in jail. We set goals with each other. And she said, if you want it real bad, you have to, you turn your friends loose, concentrate on that one particular thing, 100%, because if you don't, you might as well just forget about it. And she taught me everything about skill and guts, because she has it.
One goal Sherry reached on her own was to start her own bakery business. When banks wouldn't loan her money, she baked her pies in local pizza kitchens until a few years down the road when she could afford her own kitchen. Sherry now works her own hours, baking specialty pies, which she sells wholesale, and James often stops by to help out.
It was hard starting it out. Like, I've seen times where I've made like $3 starting out, But see, that's business. You don't quit when times get hard. And I know it has to get better, because if you can survive the hard times in business, it makes it worthwhile for the good times when you start making money.
Traveling a long road together, James and Sherry have somehow reached the top of their mountain. With no father figure in the house, this woman was forced to do long ago what many single parents are now learning to do. Sherry Toney served as a role model whom anyone would want to emulate, teaching James a lot. But mostly he learned simply to keep in step with a woman who never gave up and never backed down. World champion mother.
Basically, she's done everything she can for me right now. I'm a grown man now. She got going with her life like I go on mine. And she do what she can to help me if I need it. And that's one thing she's there for. She's always there for me at all times. Hey. Yeah, I'm there for her at all times. She did a lot of things for me. I love her for it.
I made the sacrifice and he made the sacrifice. So I guess we came up like 2 the hard way. He made it the hard way and I made it the hard way, because there's no easy.